I would like to give you some tips today on what to do to have the best possible way of detoxifying and getting rid of waste product in your body through your digestive system. Hi friends, it's Monica with Nourish Functional Nutrition. Today, video number 3, we're going to talk about solid excretion. So what does that mean? Well, anything that our bodies do not use, they're supposed to excrete. The waste product that we excrete out of our bodies is supposed to be something that our bodies cannot use. And our poop actually gives us a lot of information when we look at it. We should be looking at our poop every day. How many times should a person poop every day? Between 1 and 3 times a day. When you have constipation, diarrhea, bloating, gas, abdominal pain, discomfort, and if you're not pooping every day, any of these things, if your poop is floating or if you have undigested food in the toilet, these are all signs and symptoms that something is going on in there that you need to pay attention to. And so I would like to give you some tips today on what to do to have the best possible way of detoxifying and getting rid of waste product in your body through your digestive system. So we start out with eating a diet that is whole food, and it's a diet that is free from processed foods, processed oils, sugar, and anything that our bodies are giving you a hint that they don't like. So say for example, you're eating dairy products, and every time you eat dairy you get constipated or you get diarrhea or bloating. That's a sign for you that maybe that product is not serving you. So I may suggest to you that you would remove that item, that food, from your diet for 3 weeks up to 3 months, and then do a test again and bring it back in to see if things have improved and if you can tolerate it. A lot of times when you bring the food back in, the symptom is actually worse, and then you know that that is a food that your body either does not have the enzyme or the capability to digest, or perhaps you need some help digesting. And in that case, I would suggest that you consult with a professional and make sure that you have the enzymes and that there's nothing else going on in there. So how do we go about picking the best diet that would give us the best nutrition in order for us to digest and properly excrete the food we need to excrete? And the way that we go about that is by choosing a diet that is very bright in colors and is very high in fiber. So anything in nature, fruits and vegetables, especially vegetables, green, orange, yellow, red, different colors at different times. It's okay to have vegetables for breakfast in a smoothie. You can choose to have a smoothie with a couple of fruits and a couple of vegetables, maybe either water or a nut milk, and then some flavorings. So experiment with cinnamon, cardamom, or any other spices that you like to put in desserts or in other cooking, and you will find that these things actually make you feel great. What I typically recommend that my clients do is to look for fiber, protein, and fat at each meal. And so when I talk about fiber, I talk about fruits and vegetables and things that have a lot of undigestible fiber or soluble fiber, something like oatmeal, something that is easily digestible and that it goes through the digestive system. Insoluble fiber is fiber that is obviously plant material that actually your gut bacteria loves to munch on, and that gut bacteria is what protects you from viruses and bacteria in the environment. So there's a balance that needs to happen, and that balance is kept when we feed that good bacteria in our gut. When we don't feed it, or when we feed it processed foods and things that are high in sugar and high in processed fats, what happens is that the bad bacteria like Candida takes over, and that's when you start having skin rashes, yeast infections, abdominal pain, bloating, diarrhea, constipation, 𝗕𝗿, which is a small intestine bacterial overgrowth, and that is an imbalance of the bad bacteria taking over the small intestine, actually a place where there should be no bacteria. So what else can you do is make sure that your protein comes from a good source, and a good source would be, if you're eating animal products, that they're grass-fed, that they are pastured and organic chicken or turkey or any of the poultry that you're eating or the eggs that you're eating. And if you're a vegetarian or a vegan, make sure that you have a good source of beans or tofu, and make sure that they are non-GMO. And so that's the most important thing. When it comes to oils, you want to choose oils that are either olive oil, avocado oil, oil, make sure it's organic. And if you're going to choose to have ghee, which is an animal product, you want to make sure that it is a grass-fed ghee, because fat is where the toxins get stored in your body, in our bodies, and then in the animals' bodies also. When you eat their fat, you're actually eating the most toxins that you possibly can from an animal. So eating regular conventional butter is like eating a toxin, because you're eating all of the heavy metals and the things that the cow was storing so that it would not harm its organs. And that's why detoxification is so important. So in this video, I gave you some ways to detoxify. You don't want to take laxatives. You don't want to take anything that is going to make you poop. What you want to do is you want to encourage healthy digestion, and the way to do that is by eating a diet that is high in plant foods. And I'll give you some examples of that. Things like blueberries, spinach, kale. You can have a big salad and you can add some protein to that, or some beans to that, some avocado or olives or avocado oil or olive oil with your dressing. And then for dinner you could have some wild-caught salmon or some pastured chicken with some sweet potatoes or some root vegetables. And that root vegetable, like a squash or a beet or a sweet potato, that counts towards having more than half of your plate as plant material. So if you do that, if you look at your plate is about 2/3 plant material and 1/3 protein. So that being either tofu, beans, or an animal protein, then that's a diet that is healthy for you. I am looking forward to seeing you on the next video. My next video is going to be about urination. It's going to be about hydration and bringing in things that are going to keep your body hydrated and healthy, and processing all of the pollution in the body. So if you can look forward to that, I will see you in the next video. If you like this one, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and make sure that you share it with your friends and family. I'm Monica with Nourish Functional Nutrition. See you next time.